Good morning. Good morning. Today is the day I've lost my actual needle. Here you go. So today is the last live for our Nutcracker stitch along. I won't be able to come live tomorrow, so I will record the video and put it out there when it's ready tomorrow morning. But today is the last session I have live with you here for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna get going because again we've got quite a few bits and pieces to do. Just to recap, what we have done so far is we've done pretty much everything. We're going to work today on all the crowns and the star. We're also going to lace the boots and do the top there. And what we will have left to do on this piece is we will have to trace the globe, fill the bottom here, and then if you feel like doing it, because that's going to be quite a lot of work, you can fill the bottom here and make it look like it is drops of snow, which would look really nice, which I think I will attempt to do myself. But that will be on the last day. So, and the last thing as well that we will have to do, is we'll have to do the sword. And if you feel like it, you can add eyes and a mouth to the ballerina like I did here. So I've done it here. So we'll do this bit. We're just going to add these details that I don't have here. We'll work with the golden thread. That's if you feel like using this. We're going to touch on this in a minute. And then as you can see here, I haven't done the floor full of snow. But I think I will do it here, but that will take a lot of time. So, hi Diane, how are you? Thank you for joining. So today, like I was saying, I was doing a quick recap. And today we're going to stitch all the crowns and the star. And we're going to lace the boots and do the top of the boot. Oh, and actually the belt. And I am going to do it with this thread that I really love using, just for the way it looks, not for the actual use of it, because it's actually a bit of a pain to work with metallic thread. I don't know if you've ever worked with those. They can be a little bit tricky, but I really like what it looks like in the end. If you're struggling with this and don't want to get anywhere near it, I would use this color again, which is that 3820, which is a golden yellow, and that will work really well as well to give that sort of look. But what I really like the shine it brings. So I'm going to pull a length of it. Okay, I always tend to pull a little less. Yes, what a pain. I'm hoping need some good tips. Yeah, okay, well, I'm hoping that I will. I'm still having, it's a real love and hate with this. I have lots of different, I have silvers, different shade of gold, and I have bought different type of thread, those that come in a single one, those that come in like more than one strand. It is a pain, but it definitely is a love and hate relationship I have with metallic thread, because I absolutely love what it looks like when it's done, but I don't like the process. So what I tend to do is that I don't take the same length that I would go normally for an arm length of thread when I cut my thread, the normal, DMC skeins. But with this, I don't go as much because it does damage. It does get damaged the more you work with it. So the longer it gets, the more chances of damage it gets. So I will probably take, I don't know. Yeah, it's roughly the same length, but it's slightly less, So, and the other thing that I find is that when you cut it, it very quickly splits at the end. So I try to not mess around with it, cut it and go straight into my needle, because otherwise, let me show you, it has done it on the other side. It does split. Can you see? and that makes it a real pain to thread on the needle. The other thing I do is that I double it. I find that it gives it a better, it's just easier to work with if it's doubled. So I just make the two end match like this. And to knot it, I go around my finger and I use my needle to make the knot. And just seen that actually I have to do it again because it missed a bit. So go around the needle, the finger, sorry, put my needle through, pull, and then that will make the knot. Okay, so it's doubled on the needle. And I cut the excess so that, here you go, so I have it ready. Can you see? Yeah. And then I start. And yes, so I find that the trick with it is to make sure that you don't have a huge length. So it's more of a pain because you then have to recharge your needle more often. But if you double it, you get less of a length, but it's doesn't damage as much. And here we go. I'm just then filling the shape in satin stitch and just work slowly with that one. Make sure that it sits properly. Tug it nicely, don't pull too hard. And I find that, yes, the trick is often to work slowly and to make sure that they sit equally. And this is it. I don't have much more of a trick than this, but like I said, it's a real love and hate relationship I have with this. I can't help but use it because I really, really love what it looks like in the end, but I don't like the process. And yet sometimes it's like all the stars align and then it's beautiful and works really well. So let's hope today's one of those days. Thank you. Thank you for saying it's pretty. You're doing a great job. I've seen your work this morning. Doing a really good job. So I've started drawing patterns that, or a few bits and pieces to inspire new patterns for the new year, and to have seasonal ones. So I've got hopes for those. And we'll see what it looks like and what I manage to do with it. But I quite like to do, again, another set of seasonal pattern throughout the year. So yes, the problem of doubling it like this and having shorter length to work with is that you have to change your thread more often. But unfortunately, that's the way I found to make it as neat as possible. I think, like now, I think I'm pretty much at the end. Let me see if I can add one more stitch. Yes, definitely the last one. So we're going to repeat that process for all the crowns. So I'm only going to do one crown right now. And then we'll do the boots. See, I just really hate how it doesn't kind of like, it's not very smooth and it doesn't, oh, but it's fine. It's fine. So let's just get more. So the one I'm using, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's a DMC, but I can't really say if it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, but it's definitely a lot of DMC available, even as a single. Okay, so here you go. You know, it's doing that split that I really don't like. So I'm gonna see if I can. So here's the issue with that one, is that so when it does that, then I fold it into like this and put that through. There you go, it's better. And again, you get them to meet. Roll it around the finger. There you go. I cut the excess. And it's ready. So I finished this crown. Then I'll do his belt and his shoes. And you'll have to just repeat that for the other one. I find it so pretty, actually, golden thread, especially on the Christmas piece. Hello, Christelle. How are you? Have you started yet? So like I said, this week for this one, this is my last live. Tomorrow it will be a recording that I will put out there. With getting Christmas and all this, you know, getting close to Christmas, sorry. I'm just gonna have to not do a live tomorrow. I need to be offline tomorrow morning, so. Okay, first crown is done. See, it's cute, isn't it? I like how it shines. And then we are going to use this to do the buckle of the belt. Oh. Does get tangled up more often as well, this one. Did I get a lot of snow? No, we haven't yet. It started snowing the other day when we were live, but it did not stick very much. We are not under snow yet, but we are expecting it. I seem to remember we are expecting it soonish, sometime this week, but not as much as on the East Coast. Are you on the East Coast? I can't remember. Because I've seen this morning, there's a lot of snow there. I think in some places it was like 4 feet or something like this. So I'm doing the buckle now. So it's just going to be a couple of straight stitches. Somehow I quite like to have a white Christmas. We don't have to go anywhere, so it would be really nice to be able to have a white Christmas. It will be quite magical. No, Eastern Washington State jealous of East Coast. Yeah. Yes, I know. They have loads of snow. I've seen the was it in West Virginia or something like this? They had a principal who sent a message to the kids saying just go and have a snow day. Because I guess that now with all the remote learning abilities, they a lot of schools are not going to be able to, a lot of kids are not going to have that much of a snow day anymore. I mean, ours certainly will, unless they impose it and say, unless they say to the kids, go and have a snow day, definitely ours, with all the remote schooling they've been doing, there's no way they can justify not being able to get in, not able to learn that. But I think it's a really good thing. It's really nice to allow the kids to just go and have fun in the snow. Okay. So that buckle is done. And you'll repeat the same thing, okay, with this one, the crown, and this one has got the top of the hat as well, golden. I mean, that's if you choose to. The buckle, and now I'm going to do the top of the shoes and then some laces. So I'm going to get a brand new length. Actually, you know what? No, because for the laces, I think I'm not going to go double. I'm going to go single. Although, no, I'll go double. It's safer. So I'm going to get a new length. Yeah, I agree with you. Totally. I think the kids, it's so nice for the kids to allow them to just be kids, you know what? It's part of the excitement, isn't it? Like the kids absolutely adore having a snow day. It's just this amazing feeling of they get up in the morning, there's snow out, and they know that they're not going to school. And I've just lost my needle. But I've lost my needle. But yeah, that's by not having this, you take that excitement away from them. There you go. And that's such a shame. So yeah, I hope that when we have that, our principal allows the kid to have that bit of respite. Well, then now where we are now talking about going hybrid from mid-January. Are your kids in hybrid or are they remote fully? At the moment, ours are remote. And then they're going back hybrid, I think they're talking about 18th of January, which we'll have to see if that's the final date. But so, okay, so we're going to do the top of the boots. Oh, your kids are grown. Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that's a question I should ask first. You kind of assume that people are all at the same kind of stage of life as you are. Yeah. Yeah. Mine are not babies anymore, but they're definitely still kids. Yeah. Well, we hesitated. The thing is that we could have chosen to stay remote, and that's what would have been our choice to begin with. We would have wanted to stay remote at least for the first month or so, because to see how things are going, especially with, the wave of people getting together at Christmas and New Year. So we don't know how it's going to hit our region, but school is very funny. They did a very funny thing where they actually told us it's either you go hybrid now or you stay remote for the rest of the year. And I don't want to stay remote I don't want to commit for the whole year to stay remote, because it's, I'm pretty sure that by March, kids will be able to go back for sure, because first of all, the vaccination hopefully will have helped a lot, and we will see declining cases. But it was that or nothing. So we decided, okay, let's just do hybrid, and we will have to see, personally, we'll have to assess the situation and see if we go ahead with it, or if we just call them and say we changed our mind. I don't know. But the kids are doing well at home. They really are. But at the same time, it's nice for them to be able to go back into a routine where they get out of the house. Because that's the thing. Anyway, so now I've done the top of the boots, and I'm just going to cross all the way to where we kind of, do you remember where we split the bottom of the boot? So that will be the top. So I'm just going to do a few stitches that sort of overlap. So I'm doing the first load like this. There you go. This looks like I can do one more. Okay, and we're going to repeat the other way around so that it crosses. So you make it meet. No, you don't. I made a boo-boo. All right, that's gonna be a pain because I need to make sure that, because otherwise I have to cut it and start all over again. So I'm trying to reverse and go back. Let's see if that works. Yes, yes, I did it. Okay, cool. So go here. That's it. I go right, opposite this one. And then right opposite this one. There you go. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna miss that one otherwise. Okay, one last one. So I'm gonna go back on this one. Okay, so that's the first laces on that first boot. I'm gonna repeat it here, and you'll do the same with the other, with the Nutcracker. Do you know what? I'm gonna go straight to the start because I'm looking at the time, and if I do this second one, then I won't have much time left on the star. So just so that it's clear in your head, you just repeat exactly this here and here. And do the top here. I mean, that's obviously, if you want to do it, you could also leave, you know, you could also leave it like this, but I think that it really adds a really nice effect to it. So I'm cutting more thread, and we're going to do the star. If you have been on previous stitch along with me, you've seen a different method I have for stars. It's completely up to you. You can decide to fill it with a satin stitch, or you can, it's splitting again, or you can do it that way. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. So again, it's split, so that's why I'm putting it in. I'm folding it in two. And I always end up doubling it because I feel like it gives it a bit more strength and it doesn't damage as much when it's doubled, the metallic thread. Yeah, because otherwise it's just... All right, that's quite a big star. So the way I do it is I basically do it as if I was doing the 5 point. So I'll show you. So I'll do this, then come this way, this way, this way, this way, as if you were drawing a star, and I build up the actual stitches. So don't worry so much about the actual no, actually I'll go back up here, about the actual line of the actual drawing, because it hasn't been drawn perfectly. So I'm gonna go there. So it doesn't matter if it just shows. Now, if you have used something that you can't, like if you have a pen or a pencil that you can't wash off and your line are going to show, then in that case you will probably need to do the satin stitch so that it covers all your lines. So in a minute we'll be done with this one, and then we'll repeat the process over and over. And it looks like I'm gonna have to already get more. So let me show you. So you are now you've done all the points, and I come back where I started, but can you see I actually don't come through that hole, I come slightly lower. And I'm gonna do exactly the same thing, except that I'm out almost of thread. So I'm going to cut that one and change it and try and put more on it. I'm gonna do that thing I don't really like doing with that one, but I'm gonna attempt it because otherwise I'm gonna be constantly recharging my needle. Was a bit risky, would have just done. Okay. The other reason I do it on this is like because it's a cushion cover and it's not gonna have a big tension to it. It's better for me to have the stitches going that way because they kind of solidify between each other. Kind of keeps it secure a bit better than if I was doing a satin stitch. Right, I'm gonna attempt it. I've got considerably longer. Okay, let's do this. So I start here, I'm gonna go back there. So definitely the trick with metallic thread is to work slowly, okay? Because if you try and work too fast, you can actually really damage everything, the thread, but also the design. because it has that tendency to just get stuck as well. So I don't know if you can see, but I use my finger to kind of stabilize it. And there you go, we start again. I think I kind of lost track a little bit, so I don't know if I've done, yeah. And there you go. And as I said, if you work on a smaller one and you prefer doing satin stitch, it's really up to you. And also, if you don't want to use the golden thread because you find it too risky, then use a nice golden yellow. I think I've done all of this. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go back here now. Yeah. The hardest part of doing the have a wonderful day too. Thank you very much. The hardest part of doing the star this way is that sometimes you can lose track of where you were or what you were doing. You two have a wonderful day, and thank you for coming to say hi. So there you go. I'm going to have to change my thread again. But basically, when you're done, you'll get something like this when it's completely full, which is the result you'll get when you do it this way. So all you do is keep repeating until the end. And yeah, all you'll have to do now is did a buckle, and it's had, oh yes, and he has his shoulder pads as well done. Okay, and the top of his hat. Here, as you can see, I did it slightly differently, so you can decide to go that way if that's better and you should prefer it. But otherwise, you just repeat exactly what you've done for the mouse. And what else? Let me have a quick look. So we will finish the star the way we've been doing it so that it gives that result. We need to stitch the crown of the ballerina, the head of the Nutcracker with the little point there, his shoulder pads, his buckle, do his shoes, and that's it. That will be it with the golden thread. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to record the next step, which will be finishing it with the globe, and then get a head start on the actual bottom to give it that look of you know, a floor of snow, you know, like you're having globes, and maybe get a couple of them falling from the top, and that will be it. And we'll be done with this pattern. So I will not be live tomorrow, but you will be getting the video recorded pretty much around the same time, maybe probably a little bit earlier, because I won't be able to be online a bit later that day. But that will be it for today, and that will be it for this stitch along. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm gonna have another chance of saying that tomorrow, but I just wanted to say it live right now. I really hope that you have a wonderful Christmas. And actually, that's the message that I should really be giving you tomorrow, not now. But have a wonderful Christmas, Diane, as well. I'm glad that you enjoyed this stitch along. It's not completely finished yet, but it will be tomorrow. It's been a pleasure. It's definitely been a pleasure, and I will speak to you again tomorrow anyway, quickly to say have a great holiday and answer any question if you have. So you have a great end of the day, and I will see you tomorrow. You take care. Bye.